Welcome to the EUthmappers webinar, Mapping Tomorrow, STEM Education and Environmental Engagement with EUthmappers. I'm Andrada Lupulescu from Urban 2020 Association, which is a co-design lab for the sustainable and smart redevelopment of cities. EUthmappers is an innovative project to improve STEM knowledge and stimulate civic and environmental commitment through collaborative mapping in 5 EU schools. So the agenda for today is an introduction from our lead partner, Euronic, followed by an overview of this handbook that will be presented. And we will navigate through its components and some of its benefits and different functionalities. And we will finish with a roundtable that will be facilitated by Politecnico di Milano and Polytechnic of Madrid, who are also some of the developers of the handbook. So now I will leave the floor to Piero Messina from Euronic.
Thank you, Andrada, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to this webinar. Thank you for taking the time to get a look at this project. My very short task today is to introduce you to the project. Let me share my presentation so that you can, hopefully will be easier for you to follow. So EUthmappers, can you see my presentation, everyone?
Yes, sir.
I assume so. EUthmappers is a cooperation partnership in school education. Is funded through the Erasmus Plus project of the European Union through the national agency in Italy, Indire. It's an 11 members partnership, of which Euronic is the coordinator. And the aim of the project is to develop the skills of pupils in secondary schools for open and collaborative mapping so that they can do actual projects both at local scale and at the global scale. It's based on our belief that STEM and some of the technologies can be already be taught into secondary schools, given the ability and the habit of pupils to manage digital devices and the digital world. As I said, there are 11 partners in the project, spanning from Portugal through Slovakia and Romania, so geographically covering the whole spectrum of Europe. We tried to build a partnership on a binom basis. You always have a secondary school in Portugal, in Spain, in Italy, in the Slovak Republic, and in Romania, and either a university or an association that can help and accompany the school in the project. So this is the case in Portugal, where Amadora Innova is partnering with Maes d'Agua, the secondary school. The same in Spain, where the secondary school Forges is supported by UPM. In Italy, where Politecnico di Milano is supporting the Technical Institute Fontana. In Slovakia, where the University of Prešov is supporting the Gymnasium Constantina of Constantinova, I think. And in Romania, when Urban 2020 is supporting Colegiul Bratianu. Of course, all these partners also have different roles in the projects. As I said, Euronic is the project coordinator, but we also have the leading role on one of the work packages, monitoring evaluation, which is under the responsibility of Elisa Filippi, who's with us this morning, and who I welcome, and who is also a co-founder of Euronic. Work package 2 is the development of the training package, and you will hear more in this very webinar, was developed under the leadership of University of Prešov, who will be presenting the work, the training package itself. Universitat Politecnica de Madrid is actually leading the work of the different schools, of the project-led, of the pupils-led projects. So coordinating the different work of the schools. And Politecnico di Milano is coordinating a very interesting work package on applying the skills that the pupils and the schools and the teachers have learned throughout the program, throughout the project, to apply this to a humanitarian case. Urban 2020, which is together with the University of Prešov, is our host today, leads the communication dissemination activities in the project. I don't want to take too much of your time. Just an overview on how the project is structured. As I say, the management and the coordination is entrusted to Euronic, but what is more interesting for the understanding of the project is possibly the unfolding of the actual conceptual unfolding of the project itself. We started by developing a training package for the benefit of teachers and the pupils themselves. And this was done collectively, but under the leadership of Prešov, as I said. This training package has been transferred. Teachers have been exposed to this training package, which is enabling in these very days, in these very weeks, to the definition and the development and the implementation of pupils-led projects in each school on a local challenge, on a local scale. As I said, the interesting feature of this project is that these very skills will be then transferred and applied to another project looking at an humanitarian case where pupils will have to apply the skills they've led to the project. Monitoring and evaluation, it's a standard features in these projects, and of course, very important, the outreach of this dissemination, both of the work as it's ongoing, of the results, and all the material that is being produced throughout the project, which is led by Urban 2020, and which leads me to the EUthmappers website, with which I leave you, and I give the floor back to Andrada. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Piero. This was the overview and the introduction on the project. Now we are going to dive in a bit more into the handbook per se, which is this innovative and educational tool for understanding humanitarian mapping, and it will be presented by Miki from University of Prešov.
Hello everyone, sorry, I'm trying to... Can you see my screen?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Nevidím poznámky, nevadí, okay. So let me make presentation mode. Okay, so again, hello everyone. I'm very happy to share, let's say, our experience, our progress at the specific work package 2, but definitely also in the whole project. Let me introduce the content of the webinar. I would say we will try with Jane. She is sitting next to me to introduce you about how we were able to develop some methodologies, also with the universities from Milan and from Madrid. I mean methodologies to introduce the geospatial things easily and in digestive way for the secondary schools, teachers and pupils. So very quickly about me, working at Prešov University. I'm dealing mostly with the open source GIS community mapping, but I'm focusing on the regional strategic planning and development. So before I will speak about the EUthmappers specifically, I would like I'm very happy to introduce you the OpenStreetMap and open mapping platform and open mapping philosophy, because this ecosystem on this environment, which was established 20 years ago, was one crucial steps which was able to push for creating such a project like EUthmappers, but plenty of more projects, more activities. So let me introduce very shortly, briefly, OpenStreetMap and open mapping. I'm not sure if everyone of you are aware, but this OpenStreetMap, like I said, was established almost 20 years ago, and it's the most complex map of the world, I would say. And it's produced or published by open licensing, so everyone can share and contribute, what is very important. This OpenStreetMap, this platform was built or is still building by community, and that means every who is interested can contribute and maintain the data. The database or the platform has the data about main infrastructure like roads, trails, coffees, and also this platform is able to collect data like trees or data about taps for drink waters, etc. So you can see, and also you can see there is almost 11 million registered users. So the community is huge, and the quality of the map depends on how active is the community. So also we are here because we'll present also the community philosophy. We are also trying to establish within this project such a community. So I will believe that we will be successful at the end of the project. Few more slides on OpenStreetMap. So like I said, from my perspective, why OpenStreetMap is I love is because it's emphasized on local knowledge. So you can put as much as you are able local knowledge to this map and make some impact on your community, on your neighbors, on your nature, etc. What is also great is that this platform is not limited by your skills, I mean your digital skills, so it's very user-friendly to contribute and work with this platform. And also what is beautiful for me, like let's say digital guy or IT guy, is that this platform is still up to date, or it means that there is no regular releases, but after you edit something, your data is very up to date. Okay, few words about open mapping. So like I said, this platform like OpenStreetMap offers or created such ecosystem where individuals can contribute, but also the organization or the thematic teams or projects or etc. any initiatives can contribute in organized manner or in organized way. So I would like to share with you one example. In Haiti 2010, there was a huge earthquake, and in that time there was already one organization or one initiative calling Humanitarian OpenStreetMap, and they in 5 days were able to map whole city, Port-au-Prince. And this data was very useful for the emergency services, because after they gave this data in few days, then they were able to navigate yourselves in this very damaged area. So they were able to effectively helping the people in this area. So I would say open mapping is very important also in such activities or events, because it can bring very useful data in the very short time. If we are speaking about some examples, because I would like to focus more on some applied examples, how you can, or how the others partners and other initiatives using this platform, and this platform helps them, is for example the project Open Cities, where the areas in the Central Africa, etc., was damaged by floods and plenty of illegal garbage. So the project partners decided to map these areas and to involve local governments, local communities, civil society in the way of citizen science. So it's one of the amazing projects that the success was done by people living in this community, and after that they were able to map their territory, and this data will help to decide to make decision making. Similar, we did something in east part of Slovakia. We mapped Roma settlements because, for example, in our area there is an issue with very quick or very rapid very rapid spreading of the buildings, uncontrolled spreading of the buildings, and the decision makers don't have this data. So we, with cooperation with the University of Prešov and region and the World Bank, we were able to map this data and put some important analysis after that. Also, what I like is one of the recent project. Maybe our colleagues from Italian university could also in the Q&A section more introduce us to this project. But what I understand, they mapped pedestrian infrastructure in Milan. So it's very crucial also for such big cities like Milan. So I really like this initiative and cross fingers for the success. And in the name of speaking of the projects, you can see everything behind this is a community. So all of our activities is based on the community cooperation. Definitely first is very important to establish the community, to believe in the community, in the goals what we have in the project. So like I said, there is plenty of initiatives like EUthmappers, Missing Maps initiative, and also each part of the world has their own OpenStreetMap community. So I very believe that our project and our energy, what we are putting here, could create the EUthmappers network around Europe. On the secondary school. So let me very shortly say something about the project, about implementation. I think the peer did it very well, but I will go into more details. So now when we are speaking about EUthmappers, we are 5 countries in this project. We are trying to empower open mapping and active participation in solving problems. And to deliver these methodologies or these activities to the secondary schools, to the teachers, and also to the pupils. I believe in the April this year, we were very happy to host in Prešov all of our partners and also many of secondary school teachers. Where we had 3 days of the training, where we conducted topics like why we map, how to map, or what to map. For this event, we have created in collaboration with Milan and Madrid the handbook. About this handbook, this handbook will introduce in a minute by Jane. But I would say this joint short-term training was very beautiful. We have very good feelings from this training, and I think we all did very good job. And I believe that the technologies like GIS and geospatial technologies are able to transfer to also the level of secondary schools. So after this training in each country or with collaboration of each partners, we conducted let's say another mentoring for the teachers and for the pupils. And during this year, the pupils should decide for the challenges or for their projects what they would like to work on. And if I'm not wrong, I try to follow the activities from Madrid, because they are dealing with Work Package 3 and they are in charge of this pupils-led project. But I was able to see that there is plenty of beautiful challenges or the projects did by or planned by pupils. So, for example, in Italy, they would like to map the mountain tracks and also with connection with the draining system. For example, in I'm not sure in which country they do it with these young, but they would like to map the city from the perspective of the YAF people. So it's amazing. In Prešov they will map some greenery in the city, and they would like to estimate some shadowing and humidity and other very important attributes in nowadays of the climate changes. And also another project, I think in Portugal, they will going map the graffiti and workout playgrounds. Okay, so in the name of time, definitely I will stop here, and I will put the floor Jane to introduce you the handbook. She will provide you with the structure and main, let's say, takeaways what you could take from the handbook. Yeah, give me the second. We have to change. So just confirm you still see our screen?
Yes, we see your screen.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, hello everyone. Do you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I can start. Miki, thank you very much for your introduction and all the partners. So my name is Jana Michalková, and I am a research assistant at the University of Prešov, and I am also one of the co-authors of this handbook. So let me introduce this very practical handbook as a part of this EUthmappers project. In this red color, you can see the official website. I can put this link to the chat, maybe for the quick access, and you can go through together with me with this handbook. So you have a link for this handbook in chat. Okay, I switched to the main page. So this is our welcome page. You can see after open this link. But for the navigation, is the most important this left side panel, because there is all content which you can find in our handbook. And let me introduce all of these parts. So at the top you have some welcome page, so you can find here some basic information about editors, authors, and all of partners which contributed to this handbook. And also you can read some foreword, and you can explore our motivation why we can we work on this handbook. And also very important part of this introduction section is overview. In this overview, you can find very short text about each chapter. And you can easily navigate through this and click and just read very short text about each chapter. Okay, so our chapters, so our handbook is divided into 6 main big chapters, and I will provide some basic information about each of them. So I will start with chapter 1, and I will tell you something about this chapter. So the first chapter is about introduction to mapping and geospatial concept. In these chapters, you will explore some fundamentals concept of mapping and geospatial data and analysis, because it's very important also for the high school teachers. So this chapter starts with overview of why mapping and geospatial concept are important. So you can read why is good map, why it is important also in education. So you can read some practical examples where you can use this concept. Also, you will explore here some fundamentals of data processing, including collecting data, analyzing, organizing data. You can find here some practical examples, and also how you can this data presented on a map. So just very shortly about this basic of the data processing. In the next section, you will discover also geospatial data, and you will understand what geodata and GIS are, and why we are talking, why we are using this kind of technology. Also, when we are working with data. And the last section is about open source philosophy. It's a very important background for open mapping, so you can read something about this, and you can also explore and dive into open source software, open data concepts. So this all is for this first chapter. So what can you learn for these chapters? Basically, you can get to know basic concept of data processing. You can learn how to understand geospatial data, geodata, and GIS, and also discover open source philosophy and get to know common open source tools and geotools. After reading these chapters, you will have a solid understanding of key concepts and tools used in mapping and geospatial analysis, and you will be able to apply this knowledge to your own classroom instruction. Okay, now let's move to the second chapters. Second chapter is about community mapping and OpenStreetMap. These chapters provides overview mainly of the concept of citizen science and volunteer geographic information, highlighting their importance in promoting public participation in data sharing. It's very important. And also in this chapter, you will explore, you get to know a lot of information about OpenStreetMap project. Is a big community mapping initiative that allows individuals like you to contribute to the creation of free and editable comprehensive map of the world. So you can explore interface of this project. You can understand geometric model, how this platform works, and also semantic models. And also you will find here some some tools for statistics, for evolution of OpenStreetMap data. The last part of these chapters is dedicated to EUthmappers initiative, and you can read some very practical examples how this initiative, how this community of mapping enthusiasts are using the mapping and geospatial technologies in their activities, like EUthmappers. So you can read also these very good examples. Okay, so what you can learn for this chapter? So you get to know basic concept of citizen science and volunteering geographic information. You can learn how to use OpenStreetMap platform. You can understand OpenStreetMap model, and also you can get to know this EUthmappers initiative. So after reading this chapter, you will recognize the power of community involvement in mapping. It's very important for our project. And also you will appreciate the value of collaboration and open source mapping platform, like mentioned OpenStreetMap, in creative, with the free and editable, accessible and detailed and constantly evolving maps. Okay, that was the chapter 2. Now let's move to the chapter 3. Chapter 3, it's about Mappathon and mapping workshop. So this chapter provides a very brief explanation and importance of organizing this event called Mappathon. It's a mapping marathon. It's a modern form, a digital form of volunteering that is accessible to everyone, regardless of age, education, gender, and so on. So you can read all information. You can read and learn all information about how to organize Mappathon, how it works, how it has the benefits. And also in this chapter, you will have a very practical guidelines how to start with this mapping workshop and how to use OpenStreetMap for this Mappathon, for this mapping. So you will learn how to create OpenStreetMap account, how to work with some mapping platform which is used for this Mappathon event, and also you will have you find here some detailed guidelines, step-by-step manual how to select task and how to start mapping. And also you will have some manual or instruction how to use ID editor for the mapping. So this is about chapter 3. So you can learn all information about how to create OpenStreetMap account, how to work with Teach OSM Tasking Manager as example for the project mapping, and how to work with ID Editor, which is a web editor where you can use in your mapping. So after the reading this chapter, you will have the skills and knowledge to contribute to the mapping project and make a positive impact in the world and make a better tomorrow. So that was chapter 4, and now let's move to the chapter 4. Chapter 3 was about Mappathon. It was some kind of a remote mapping, but sometimes there is a need for more detailed mapping, and this chapter is about this detailed mapping. It's about field mapping. If you want to add some new attributes to the OpenStreetMap database, field mapping becomes crucial in these cases. So in these chapters, you will explore common open field mapping tools and their potential application, and especially in addressing climate change challenges. So you will find here, for example, what we can map in the field. You have find here some basic information, some features what you can map, and also you will explore some common smartphone mapping tools or application for open field mapping, and also including some basic instruction how to work with this individual apps. on the last section of this chapter, there is a very good and very practical guidelines how to conduct this field mapping. So you have all methodological process how to start conduct this field mapping, including Mapathon as a first step. It's as a remote mapping, and following the second step, field mapping. And there is instruction how to work, how to make a field mapping with concrete application map complete. Okay, so from this chapter you can learn how to understand the open field mapping available tools, how to define a problem statement, and how to use creativity and critical thinking thanks to problem solving in the field. And also you can understand and you can learn how to create own data models and tagging for OpenStreetMap. So after reading this chapter, you will learn a problem statement methodology, and you will be able to address real and environmental problems in your neighborhood. Okay, then let's go to the chapter 5. It's a very important chapter because mapping work performed on a voluntary basis by non-professional must undergo validation. It's a very critical role in maintaining high standard and improving the quality of data. So it's very important how to clean and how to validate data. So in this chapter guides you to the validation process. Why this is important? You will understand why we need to validate our data. And you will read and you will find information about what is the role of validator, what are the duties for the validation, and some key aspects that must be evaluated. So you can find all these things in this chapter, and also you can find here some other very interesting validation tools you can use in your work. So after this chapter, after reading this chapter, you will be able to perform effective validation that is very essential in mapping to enhance data accuracy and skills of mappers. Okay, and now the last chapters for our handbook is about preparation for pupil-led local mapping projects. So this chapter provides practical guidance to begin preparing this project and describe this preparation in 3 steps. So in the first step, it's about diagnose the school context and opportunities. Here you can find some starting points. Question to design some background and opportunities for each school. Then follow the second step, which is about the challenge design. So how to select some challenges, and there are also some tables where you can score your selected challenges and so on. And in the last step, you can prepare your work for the one challenge, and the pupils will select the school challenge through the creative participatory process. So from these chapters, you can learn how to specify the context and opportunities for your school, how to understand the process of predefining and assessing of the different challenges, and how to discover approach for the project preparation. So after reading this chapter, you will be able to perform an effective preparation of a pupil-led mapping project through this understanding of school uni context, collaborative design, and these challenges, and through this creative participatory process. Okay, so that was a very shortly, very brief introduction to the main chapters of our handbook. As you can see, the navigation through this handbook is very easily, so you can just click and you can explore it. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much. It was a very interesting presentation of the structure of our handbook. Now, if you have questions, we are going to enter an open discussion session, a roundtable, in which we will also dive into some of the critical aspects of this educational tool. This will be led by Maria Vrovelli from Politecnico di Milano and Susana Sastre from University of Madrid. During this session, you can also participate and contribute with your opinions or review or feedback.
Thank you, Andrada. And but I believe that is Miguel then helping with this part. But I give the word to Susana.
Yeah, we will both try to help you. First of all, thank you for being here today. And I would like to start with one open question to the ones who are listening regarding what are your first thoughts of the handbook, and if you find any opportunities regarding your schools or organizations with mapping.
Perdón, no he puesto los cascos. Me voy a salir un momento.
Okay, I don't know if you could listen to the question. It was the first one regarding your first thoughts of the usefulness of this handbook to each of your contexts.
Oh, he's going to answer. We need somebody breaking the ice.
So can we repeat the question one more time and ask some of the teachers who are also participating how this tool can be used in secondary schools? This was about, right?
Uh-huh. For example, we had some point in the chat. There was someone from Sri Lanka saying that it was very interesting material and that he or she was very excited to know about this. So maybe we can hear how you're thinking of using this, or anyone else who's thinking of the usefulness of this handbook.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Hamda Banu from Sri Lanka. I'm just working with OpenStreetMap from 2021. So I have the knowledge with the hot tasking management tool. Now I'm happy to say that I'm advanced mapper also, and I'm continuously continue with my Eastern University Youth Mapper chapter as a trained mapper. Also, there are lots of the trainings also I have faced here. Can I know about? Can we join with this community or something? I am very excited to know about it.
Yes, I can answer by myself. So then we will see also what the other people of the project say. But I believe that for sure you can join our effort. Specifically, there is the second part of the project where we are going to solve some humanitarian problems with mapping. And so I believe that in this case, you can definitely join our efforts. If you will stay in contact and you will give us your email every time we are organizing mapathons with UN mappers about humanitarian mapping, for sure we will let you know, and you with your colleagues, with your friends or with your school can participate.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
So if there are no other answers, I have also another question to you, because Miki and Yanni in their presentation spoke about the open source GIS tools. And so I wanted to understand if you have an opinion with respect to that, because the choice of the project proposers was to use open source tools. Our idea is that in this case, the open source tools are much better in education because they can be reused by everyone without the necessity of buying licenses. And hypothetically, it is also possible to open the tool for look inside the tool and change them as you please. But I want to know your thoughts with respect to that. So was a good choice, or do you believe that in education is better to have a different approach? Yes, Miki?
Okay, thank you. I try to wait a bit, but also I have something on my mind on this question. Thank you, Maria, for that. So I will share our experience from our university, because several years ago we had only proprietary softwares, and there was, I would say, two issues. First was exercising the software at home by students, so they were not able very comfortably use the software, I mean proprietary software, in homes and exercise by themselves. So this is first thing what I believe is very important. And also after they graduated, and they don't have any practice, etc., and many working experiences, the open source software could kick off their careers very, very easily and very freely. What do you think?
Yeah, Miki, so thank you for your experience as university. And yes, I believe that it is also important, as we have in mind also these humanitarian and global problems. We are thinking about mapping for try to communicate to teachers and pupils the big problems around us. And so we want to provide something that can be reused by everyone in Europe for sure, because this is an European project, but in principle everywhere in the world. And so providing solutions that are open and that are free is for sure very important, specifically in case of developing countries, I believe. And so this is also one of the reasons why we decided to go toward this direction. But if there is, let us do in this way. If somebody believes that this choice was wrong, please say something now. If all of us, we agree that this was a good choice, stay silent. Oh, there is a big consensus. So, Susanna, I believe that you can go to the next question, because I'm very happy to see that all the people here are in favor of the open source GIS solution we decided to adopt.
Hey, my questions are always with the focus of secondary school teachers, and I would love to hear if anything that we were explaining was too difficult for them, or they thought that it is out of reach to introduce this in their schools. So maybe with this knowledge, we can prepare the project so it can afford and solve these concerns.
So guys, if there are teachers of secondary schools who heard the presentations, was this information too difficult, or do you think you can integrate this and further explain it to your students? What are your experiences with integrating this kind of information? Or even professors who are part of the consortium and join the project. What is your experience with learning this collaborative mapping topic?
Maybe I could share some experiences with the secondary school students and teachers, since I'm a partner of the project. However, recently we organized the Open Day, where we promoted the project and the handbook to the public, especially some other secondary school teachers and pupils' parents. Well, even parents considered the handbook extremely practical, and they showed a high amount of interest. They asked us for some links, so we shared some links, and I'm really glad that there are some translations on our disk to be offered for the public because, well, practically most of the parents were interested in the Slovak version, as well as the teachers of IT and geography, civics were also interested in the Slovak translation. So I can, from my experience from the 5th of December, at our school proved that the handbook preparation had an extremely huge impact on at least at secondary schools and pupils and their parents, teachers. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Elena. So now it is getting late, so I want to propose one more question, and this question is related to the humanitarian mapping that we wanted to introduce in this project. And specifically, my question to the teachers is if they believe that that is important, or this part related to the humanitarian mapping can be important not only for learning from having some technical skills, but also for understanding that this geospatial technology can have a societal impact in making people more aware and try to find solutions related to the big problems we have, like, for instance, the climate change problem, localized in the place where they live or as a global problem. What do you think? So the importance of these tools is only related to improving technological skills, or also having in mind that there are geospatial technologies that can help us in better understand what's happening around us? I believe that this question can be also for Adeline, for example, who supported some one school in the past also, and has also strong relationships with secondary school. What do you think, Adeline?
Would you mind if I was doing the administrative component of this webinar, so I did not catch up. So would you mind to repeat it, and I will gladly reply.
Okay, now the main point is the importance of the humanitarian part, which is more global, stands only in the technological, so improving the technological skills, or also having an idea that these geospatial tools can help us, all of us, also teachers and pupils, in better understanding the world around us.
Well, thank you for considering me to respond to these questions. I do believe, independently of the scope, independently of the focus, whether it's on global or on technical, or it's for aims for teachers or for pupils, it is really encouraging, and it makes me really happy that more and more people are taking their first step into this GIS, open mapping, open source mapping. And I think this is the main plus, the main benefit of this. It's important to start somewhere. If you start at global level and then you want to niche on a subject or on a domain, it's very nice. But also, if you start niche, for example, because I know you are speaking about our previous experience in our other project, and I'm very sure that now the kids from Ione Kunce have the ability to open even though we studied the standalone software, we studied the QGIS. I'm very sure that they are able to use OpenStreetMap and they would know how to use it and how to do it. If, for example, because they are already familiarized with the handbook, with the previous handbook, if they read this one, they will surely understand it. And in the same time, I'm as well convinced that the kids we will train and with the kids that will benefit from EUthmappers will know after getting familiarized with the OpenStreetMap platform, with tasking manager, and with so on, and with TechOSM, will be able to process and map data into softwares like QGIS, or you can name it. So this is if we are looking at the positives, I think it's important to attract more people and attract them as young as possible into this world of mapping. And for me, at the end of the day, this is a huge strong point.
Thank you a lot, Adeline. Yes, this was the answer I was expecting. I'm very happy that we are on the same page. Thank you so much. And then I will leave the word to Susanna for the very last, or to Susanna or Miguel, I don't know, for the, yes, hello, Miguel. For the last question is yours.
Hello. This is a question for the schools. I think that summarizing what has been said, these mapping activities are very interesting. I think, as Maria said, to know in practice, to know by doing. So, for example, to learn international geography by map, or to learn about social situation in our country by local. So my question for the schools is, here there are some schools that are already enrolled. The other schools, we invite you to enroll with EUthmappers. So the idea of this is to build a community of schools and students and youngsters map relevant topics, relevant problems in their neighborhoods, also in the national, international scale with humanitarian. So the question is, what are the main difficulties to fit this mapping activity in the curriculum? So the curriculum that you have to teach compulsory by the government, by the authorities. What is the main difficulties that you have found? And also, this can be also a two-sided question. What is the alternatives or the solutions that some of the schools have found to include this activity, to include mapping, open collaborative mapping? Thank you.
So can you repeat the question? I didn't get exactly the last part.
Yes, it's a two-sided. Which are the difficulties to include the open map into the education? And also, which are the solutions that some schools have implemented this year to include the open mapping in the corresponding curriculum, in the academic subjects. So,
okay, so what are the difficulties and how to overcome
and how to deal with,
yes,
how to overcome
okay.
this? That's it. Yeah. Thank you. Because I
maybe I can talk about the Spanish experience in Madrid, where the school was a bit lost in how to use daily their tools and how to design the project. So they opened it to the community, and the parents got involved. So now there's one father from one of the school students who is very in love with the project, and he's getting involved. So he's helping them. And I think that's the way to build a community that goes beyond the school, teachers, and students, and build with the community something that has sense for the neighborhood. So in this case, communication with the families was important. I think that Elena also said that the parents wanted to read something, but in their own language. So I think that's one of the key points to overcome some of the difficulties.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all the contributions. If anybody else wants to ask anything else, now would be the moment. We have those are the closing. This is the closing part.
If I may,
yes.
With respect to, and what I like the most about this part of open source and open mapping and collaborative mapping, because I am someone who previously used also paid license products, is that even though there you have a support, a technical support, for example, for OpenStreetMap, for EUthmappers, and even for QGIS, you have a community. There are countless forums and pages when you can ask your questions, you can share knowledge and receive knowledge from other users. So this is more or less, someone say less, but this is somehow, this community is somehow a worldwide family of users who use the same open source products, open source means, and of course used for different purposes. But this is the part that I like the most about this project, and about these open source platforms. So I think, going a bit back to the question with the difficulties and the challenges, I myself had some difficulties and some challenges and some questions to be answered. And some of the times I found what I looked in the community. So just to, if there is someone at the beginning of the road, they are not alone, even though it sounds a bit poetic, but it had to be said.
You can reach out
Thank
and
you.
connect to other people. Thank you so much. And thank you very much. This is our colleague Adelina Turban 2020, who is a GIS specialist. And thank you to all of our partners who supported this webinar, and to all the participants. And if you have, don't forget to follow us on our social media channels and on our website, where we will constantly update you with our progress and ways in you can also get involved or further contribute to this initiative. So I would say this was a successful webinar, and see you at our next event. Thank you very much for your participation and for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you for the stream. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bon appetit.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Everyone, and thank you, Andrada.
Good job.
Good coffee.
Thank you to Urban 2020 for the wonderful organization of the event.
Thank you very much also from the show. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye.